Hello, what's going on YouTube? This is Rick with the BitcoinRic YouTube channel, bringing to you today a different video. This is crypto lesson number 105. We're going to do a little bit of math today. This is going to be a future value FV calculator, and we're going to do it by hand. We're going to do it by hand using scientific calculator. Okay, so instead of going online and plug in how to calculate value calculator, we're going to do it by hand with a scientific calculator. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. It's pretty simple. So where would you need this kind of calculator? Well, this will be helpful if you want to determine what would be your projected value of an amount that you put in today. Let's say um, today is February 4th, 2018. Let's say you put in X amount of dollars today, and 365 days later, or February 4th, 2019, you want to figure out what the future value is if you have an average daily interest of Y, for example. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of math, but I'm going to try to simplify this for you guys. All right. Um, so no worries. I have a reason for doing this because we're going to use this calculator and project projections in different scenarios when we talk about cloud mining. I'm gonna release uh, I'm gonna start to release videos about cloud mining because that's another way to profit in cryptocurrency or in the crypto space, whether it's Bitcoin mining or altcoin mining, that being other cryptocurrencies. So future value calculator. So we'll go ahead and explore and learn this in this short video. Okay, pretty simple, I promise you. And so because we're going to be doing some projections here, I wanted to let you know that this disclaimers is here to let you know that this is not an investment advice. I am not an investment advisor. This is just my personal opinion about this subject matter, and this is just for education and for entertainment purposes only. Go ahead, pause this video right now and read the entire disclaimer and make sure you understand what we mean. Okay? So, future value formula. If you Google future value formula, you come up with this text here and a formula here that says FV equals PV times this value right here, 1 plus R exponent n, where FV is your future value, PV is your present value, and R is your rate of return in percent expressed in decimals, and then n will be your number of periods, whether it's per day, per week, per month, per year, for example. Um, in the example that I will be presenting, most likely I will be using n to be um, in days, okay, and then the rate of return will be the percent per day, okay. So again, you Google it, you come up with this one. I just put the blue square here and the red arrows just to bring more emphasis. All right, so let's move on to best way to learn for me anyway is to uh, have an example. Now this is a calculator here. This is a screenshot of a calculator and the formula here. That way they have it on both sides. Let me bring up the calculator. This calculator here is an online-based calculator, and you will get this from this website, desmos.com/scientific. Okay, and I do have a link in the description below in this YouTube video. I have it right here, scientific calculator, and in this link right here, the description below, if you click this link, it will take you to the site and it will give you this scientific calculator. All right. So this calculator is pretty simple. Let's say do 4 plus 2. You click enter and you get the answer. There's a lot of calculators out there, but I like this, especially for presentation purposes online, because the answers will stack up right here instead of on this side. Okay, so let's try another one. 2 squared plus 4. Do that, right? Or if you want 1.2, and this a over b here, a above a, I'm sorry, a exponent b right here. Let's say we'll do that for 30 days, 30 in, and then your multiplier will be 237. I call that the multiplier. I call this value here the multiplier. Okay, so let's go ahead. You click clear all to clear everything. I'm just giving you example. So this is scientific calculator because you got your scientific functions here. This is a exponent a squared, and then a exponent b, and here's your fraction right here, a over b. We won't be using that one. We will be using this one right here, a exponent b. Okay, we might be using some parentheses. We won't be using this trigonometric functions, sine, cosine, tangent. We won't use pi. We don't use these values here. Okay, it will just be this numbers here, and then the divide times minus plus, and then the decimal, of course, and then a exponent b. We will be using that for what we're trying to do. Okay, so I'm going to minimize this calculator. We have a sample calculation here, okay? And I already did this calculation, and this is a screenshot. So if we have an interest of 1.5%, you want to express that in decimal. So that would be 0.015, okay? So basically you get that by dividing 1.5 by 100. So you express the percent in decimal form. So 1.5% becomes 0.015, okay? And then it says right here 1 plus r. So 1 plus r, your rate, you add that to, it would be 1.015. So what we're doing here is we're showing you an example of where we could use this. Let's say that you will get a daily interest of 1.5%, for example, and you compound that on a daily basis for 1 year or 365 days. So what you would do is you plug in first one here, 1, and then plus 0.015, and then you click enter, and then you get that one there, okay? And then you type that one in here, punch in the number 1.015, you click this a exponent b, you click this one, a exponent b, and it'll allow you to type or input a number here. Then you press 365, you will go there, and you press enter in your keyboard, it will give you that answer. All right, so let's say your present value at day 1 is 500, and your multiplier, I call this the multiplier, is 229. You multiply 500 by 229, your multiplier. By the end of 365 days, when you compound 1.5% per day daily for 365 days, and you started on day 1 with 500, not adding any additional money, at the end of 365 days, or at the end of 1 year, you will have over $114,000, if that's the denomination that you have, whether it's account balance somewhere, whether it's we will be using this in cloud mining calculation. So cloud mining balance you have in your account, or if you started with double that, 1,000 times the multiplier 229, which comes from here, then you will have an account balance of 229,000. Okay, So let's have another example here. All right. So in this particular example, the daily rate is 1.04%. Okay. If you divide 1.04 by 100, you come up with 0.0104. That would be your rate. That would be your daily rate in this example. And you add that by you add 1 to that one, so 1 plus that number would be 1.0104. Okay, so now you plug that in here, 1.0104. Let's say this happened and already 60 days have passed, so you have 365 minus 60, or 305 days. That's what you have left that this will compound. Your multiplier then will be 23.46 right here. I call this the multiplier. I call this part right here the multiplier. Okay, and 1 plus r exponent n, that is the multiplier. So I'm going to explain to you what this is. Okay, so you multiply 23.47 times 220 times 6.23, you will have 32,167. This is actually an actual number of one of my cloud mining accounts. 6.2 is the terahash, and it's worth $220 per terahash. And I have 305 days left. That what brought me here to 23.47 if you round up to the second decimal here. So in 305 days, which is 365 minus 60, my cloud mining balance will be 32,167, assuming that it will continue to average at 1.04% per day. And it's compounding on a daily basis, which is what I'm doing right now with the cloud mining account. I will be creating a separate video about that particular cloud mining account, which is probably call it cloud mining account day number 60 update, account update, or something has to do with day 60 and cloud mining account. All right. So if you carry that on here at the end of the year, or 365 days, I will have that much. And then if I assume that the daily interest will be the same at 1.04, I mean, it fluctuates. Sometimes it's 1.6, sometimes it's 0.6. It basically goes up and down. Multiply that by 30 days. That particular cloud mining account for me in 305 days from now, which what I'm planning to do, will produce for me $10,036, basically over $10,000 per month. Okay, that cloud mining contract. I will explain more for that. I'm just letting you know why the need to know how to use a future value formula. Okay, so yeah, I will be creating a video for that one. So that's why you want to subscribe to my channel, because cloud mining actually is the simplest, hands-off, passive way to make money in crypto, where you don't have to worry about doing any recruiting, having to buy a coin at a low rate and then flipping it when it goes up. Like you see in my other videos, ICO stuff. The ICO is a lot more involved. With cloud mining, it is hands off. I mean, I have this set up to repurchase mining power every day. Literally, I don't. There's 7 days I forget to look at it. Okay, so this is great, especially for beginners. And so, by the way, on day one, I only started with $600. This account, $600, and to think that by the end of 365 days, that $600 will be potentially be right around the 30,000+ range. I mean, even if you only make 1% a day, 30,000 times 1%, that would be, we'll grab a calculator, 30,000. Oh, That's too much. Back up one more. Times 0.01. Press enter. That's $300 a day. Multiply $300. By the way, you can use your numbers in your calculator in your keyboard as well. Times 30. Press enter. Now you got $9,000 per month. Okay, it's crazy, man. This cloud mining is crazy. Passive, hands off, no recruiting required. But you have to wait. For me, especially, I wait for 1 year, and in this case, I already have. I already have. So 365 minus 60. I'm already 6 days into it, so I have 305 days. So if you go back to our calculation here, at the rate I'm going right now, that cloud mining contract will be between, it's going to be between 30 to 35,000 to be on the conservative side. Okay. And like I said, that's going to produce for me $10,000 per month. Now, considering that I only started out with 600, that is crazy. The reason I brought this knowledge of how to do future value is so that you can believe and understand, you can understand the formula and therefore do your own calculation. So you can believe that yes, in fact, if you compound, in some cases 1.5% per day for 365 days, like this example here. If you average a 1.5% per day and you compound that 365 days, your multiplier, this value right here, is going to be 229. Look at that. You multiply that by, you say you start with 500 on day one and not add any penny, you're going to be at over 100,000 after 365 days. Can you imagine making 1% of that? That's over $1,000 a day. Times 30, that's over $30,000 a month. That's why I'm taking the time to share future value formula for you guys so that you can punch the numbers, okay, yourselves, and realize that, yeah, the numbers don't lie. The formula don't lie. If you punch the numbers, then it will give you what the formula would give you based on the numbers you punch in. Okay, so stand by for more videos from me regarding cloud mining. I'm going to spend some time to share with you my experience. Today is my day 60, and so far I'm averaging 1.04% per day on average for the last 60 days. If I add all the interest I have in the last 60 days divided by 60, I'm averaging 1.04%. And I will cover that in that video, day 60 update or report for my cloud mining. All right. I'm trying to get this video under 20 minutes, but I wanted to make sure that you get this. You gain this knowledge of how to use this calculator here to be able to determine future value. All right, folks. Last thing I wanted to bring to you is please help me out, and this will help my channel if you give a thumbs up. And then if you have not shared or if you have not subscribed to this channel, I do invite you to subscribe and then click the notification bell so that you will get future crypto lessons from this channel whenever I post videos. Okay, I think that about take care of it. Again, please give a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, and then press the notification bell if you don't mind. Well, thank you very much. I tried to get this under 20 minutes, and we're now just past 19 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the subscribers out there and the followers. This is Rick with the BitcoinRic YouTube channel. Have a great day. We'll see you in my next videos, and God bless.